So my bank had to pay me, get this, $40,000. Yes, I said $40,000 for free. This is a payment I received in just one of my accounts last year alone, and that's $8,600. And if we look at one of my other accounts, you can see that the bank paid me $19,000. Again, this is just from last year. And I have about 4 more accounts that I have received payments just like these in. I'm telling you, this is something that is very real and it is not being talked about enough. But today I'm about to tell you how you can get your bank to start paying you too. I'm telling you, this year we are going to be mastering the system and we making it work for us. So let's go. What's up guys, this is Monique and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hello, bonjour, hola, aloha, konnichiwa, wagwan, shalom, assalamu alaikum, jambo ciao, namaste. So last year my bank paid me about $3,000 a month. Yes, my bank literally paid me, and it's from doing something very simple that even you can do. I just put my money in the right type of account and I didn't have to do anything extra. This is the type of stuff that they are not teaching us in school, but we definitely should know about, and that's why I'm about to show you how to make this work for you. Now, the first thing I want us to get straight right now is that not all bank accounts are created equal. If you have a savings account, most likely you are using a regular savings account, and those have interest rates that's so low that it's practically invisible, like the 0.01% that I was getting about 3 years ago from my savings account because I didn't know any better. But like they said, when you know better, what? We do better. So basically, if you are using savings accounts, you should be receiving some kind of money for it, not just the change that these regular accounts are giving you. And let me tell you why that's really a big problem. Is because while you are putting your money into these regular savings accounts and it's sitting there, the banks are making millions. What they do is they take our deposits, just the money that you are putting in the bank, they are using that to invest and to lend them out at higher rates, and then they are receiving a lot of money back on that, but they are paying you pennies from what they are getting. It's so low you probably didn't even realize that you received an interest payment. But let me tell you something, that is not going to work for us anymore. If you are ready to start making your money work for you, comment "I'm ready" down below. So let me tell you what I did. I found out about high yield savings account, and to some of you that may be a very familiar term. You may be using some, maybe the accounts you're using are not the best, and I'm going to give you a list of my favorites in a bit. But in case you are not familiar with high yield savings accounts, that's basically accounts that pay you a high interest rate. I'm talking 4 or 5%, some even more, just for putting your money into these accounts. So basically, you'll be getting some monthly payments from having your money in these accounts. And just so I can really paint this picture for you, because I want you to understand how you are probably being scammed by using regular savings accounts. So with the savings account that I used to have with this bank, they were paying me about 0.01%. And every month I would probably get about 80, 90 cents. It was less than $1 that I was getting paid every month from using this basic savings account. And I ended up closing that account. That's why I don't have a statement to show you. I just didn't want to have to go through so much to try to find these statements to show you this little bit of change that these people were paying me for having a lot of money in this account. Now, I put that same amount that I had in the account that I closed into a high yield savings account, and the interest for that was around 4%, maybe 4.5%. And this is how much I received per month for having my money in their account, compared to that 80 cents from that regular account. So you tell me which type of savings account you think I should be using. The one that was paying me about 80, 90 cents, or the one that's paying me over $500 a month. Now, of course, let me be clear, the amount of money you are paid will definitely depend on the amount of money that you are putting into the account. It also depends on which banks you are using, because some pay higher rates than others. But listen, I don't care if you are being paid $5 a month, as long as you are using the right account instead of the bottom of the barrel ones that are giving you the scum off the bottom of their shoe while they are getting rich. Now, I am going to share a list of the accounts that I know of that are paying high interest rates, no minimum balance required, and there's no fees. Pretty much anyone can get these accounts. But before we even get into that, let me share something with you that is equally as important. I don't know if you are aware, but the social security number of just about every American was leaked online last year. Over 2.9 billion records were compromised from national public data. So right now, just about anyone can go online and probably find your social security number. Even worse, if you go to a data broker site and search for yourself, you will find your personal info on there too. And this is how those scammers are able to get into your bank accounts, take out lines of credit in your name, or worse. And you know what the crazy thing about this is? These data brokers are 100% legal in the United States. So the government will not protect you. But that's why I've partnered with Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura monitors your personal data, including your social security number, across billions of data points like the dark web to alert you about potential identity theft. And they also offer up to $5 million of identity theft insurance in case the worst happens. You can also get alerted in minutes when your credit file is compromised, like when someone tries to open up credit cards or loans in your name. And the good thing is all of this comes in one app at one affordable price. I'm definitely not leaving myself or my family vulnerable to data breaches or brokers. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/Hintons to try 2 weeks for free. And that will be enough time for Aura to find out if your personal information has been exposed. Now let's get back into these high yield savings accounts. Now something that's important that you need to know, I want to make you aware of, is you will find that most of these high yield accounts will be offered by online banks. And why is that? And that is simply because they do not have the overhead costs of physical branches like traditional banks do. So that means that the money that they are able to save, they can then pass on to you in the form of higher interest rates. So if you are wondering why your little bank down the street is only offering 0.01%, but the online bank is 4%, then that's the reason. But something else to soothe your mind about the online banks is the fact that they are just as secure as these physical banks that you visit, because they are also FDIC insured. And that means that your deposits are protected up to $250,000. So always make sure that you go to a bank that's FDIC insured. And with these online banks, you still get apps and websites that you'll be able to easily manage your money. Many of them also still give you ATM cards so that you can access your money whenever you need it. So don't let the idea of online banks scare you. I am actually using a few of these myself, and the first one that I use is Capital One Bank. Now Capital One actually do have physical branches too, so I do like that. However, I am using their 360 performance savings account. Of course, this is a high yield savings account and they have no minimum balance required and no monthly fee. Now when I first opened this account, the APY, which is your interest rate, was about 4.4%, maybe 4.5%. But now, unfortunately, it has dropped down to 3.8%. Now, while I am not thrilled about the drop, that is still better than the 0.01% that I was getting from their other bank, Chase. Now, in case you are wondering why their interest rate changed like that, I do want to let you know that these rates can change frequently. They are not set rates. So you always want to keep up with that. You always want to be doing your research, because the numbers that I'm telling you at the time of this video, they could change tomorrow. But the rates fluctuate depending on the market. Now, another excellent option that you can go with is going to be Synchrony Bank's high yield savings account. And at the time of this video, they are sitting at a pretty 4.1%. And of course, Synchrony also has no monthly fees, no minimum balance required, and they do offer you that ATM card. Capital One also do offer the ATM card as well. Now, the name Synchrony might sound a little familiar to you, and that's because a lot of retailers actually use Synchrony for their store credit cards. For instance, if you have ever used a Walmart credit card, like I had one before, they used Synchrony at one time, although they just changed to Capital One a couple of years ago. If you ever had to get yourself some furniture, you may have gone through Synchrony as well. So I'm saying all this to say that this is a company that actually has a long-standing reputation, in case you're worried. Now, another one you can check out is going to be Ally's online savings account. Currently, their interest rates is about 3.8% as well. Most of the time, a lot of of them are going to be around the same ballpark, because if you remember, I told you that Capital One had dropped down to that 3.8, so they're sitting around there too. And all of them that I'm going to be telling you, they don't have no monthly fees, they don't have any minimum balance required, so I don't want to just keep repeating that for every single one. But one thing that sets Ally apart that some people like is the additional features that you get, like the savings bucket and the roundup tools, and those are things that actually help you to save automatically. And another thing about them is they have 24/7 customer service, so at any time, any place that you need to call them and ask them something about your money, you can reach them. Now, another favorite of mine that I actually use is going to be American Express high yield savings account. Now, they currently are offering a 3.9%. When I started with them, I was well over 4% as well. But again, like I said, with the market, everything that's going on, those rates have been dropping just a little bit, but that drop is not as bad as the regular savings account. But the good thing about these American Express high yield savings accounts is the fact that you do not have to have a credit card in order to get a savings account with them. All you have to be with them is 18 years or older, and you have to have an external bank account so that you can transfer funds into it, and you are pretty much set to go. Now, the last one I want to mention to you is SoFi, and SoFi is offering an interest rate of 4% for accounts with direct deposit. So you will have to have a checking account with them, and when you open a savings account, they automatically open a checking account for you. But the good thing is there is no minimum deposit required in order for you to get access to that 4% rate. But I definitely wanted to come and share this information with you because I just feel like this is important and you need to know this. You need to be utilizing the things that are going to work for you and not against you. And so if you weren't aware of it, now you know. And also, if you were aware and you just was a little skeptical about it, you wanted some more information about it, you've been hesitant about opening that account, I just wanted to give you a little bit more information on it so that you can go ahead and do it. This year we are taking advantage of every single opportunity that's out there for us, and as I find them, I'm definitely coming back and sharing them with you. Other than that, I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we are out. Peace.